If you're going to hire him just because he used to play for Real Madrid and he kind of fits the mold, you got to ask yourself, does he fit the mold really? Because you're going to need buy-in from players to play this very complex, modern style of football. And at first, Xabi Alonso really tried to impose that in certain games, and he lost badly against Atletico Madrid. And there were a couple of performances that weren't convincing. He actually won the first Clásico, right? But then you started to see the dynamic shift a little bit and empower the players. And then almost symbolically yesterday, now we're starting to see videos of Xabi Alonso telling the players to do the guard of honor for Barcelona, and Mbappe saying, no, we don't want to do it. And then Vinicius getting subbed off first in El Clásico, pouting about. And then yesterday, and arguably his best individual game of the season, him still not being able to play a full 90. So there's just questions here or there about who had the power, who was the one really making the calls, and the direction of this project. Maybe Florentino Perez realized this isn't the man to get this group of players and usher them into an evolution beyond Carlo Ancelotti. It just kind of felt like what Xabi Alonso ended up doing was less of what he believed and a little bit more about what Carlo Ancelotti imposed into the culture of Real Madrid. And it does feel like the Ancelotti project, or the Ancelotti way of managing, ran its course. And it felt like Madrid needed to change. But they didn't. The momentum shifted a little bit in favor of Xabi Alonso when results, or at least performances, didn't go his way. It reverted back to players in power. And I think now that's the question that we need to be asking ourselves. Who's calling the shots? Who are the people in charge?